Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm reading for air signs or air sign placements. So you may be, I don't know, Leo rising, but you may have air as your Leo sun, or you may have air as your rising or your Venus. And what I'm encouraging you to do is use your own intuition to guide you to find your reading this week. So whatever sign you resonate strongly with at the moment, even if you've not got it in your chart, if you're just really feeling that like Leo energy, I don't know why Leo keeps coming out, but it could be something for somebody. I have got Sunstone here, which is a stone of confidence, so that might be where I'm picking Leo up from. But it's like whatever sign you resonate with, go and go to that reading and then use your intuition to guide you. So it's a pick a card reading. So I've got 3 readings here, 3 readings in one video, and you just kind of see which pile or stone you're drawn to and then go to the corresponding timestamp in the description box below to go and find your reading. So if you go down there, you'll see a list of the 3 readings with the times. You just click on the time and it will jump to that point in the video. So what I recommend you do is pause the video, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths in and out, sort of focus on whatever thing you want to ask about today. So a bit differently for the air signs, it's come through, I've kind of swapped the gems and I'm kind of getting issues of involving like confidence from this one, with it being a sunstone. This one is possibly sort of love or like spiritual love, that kind of that unconditional love, kind of pure one energy that Libra keeps on picking up on. You may be drawn to that. And then this clear quartz is for like if anyone's looking for like truth or clarity. That's the kind of vibes that I'm getting off them. So if they all apply to you, you may just want to watch all 3 readings. You may not care about those topics at all, but one may be really, really strongly, like almost like magnetically pulling you in. So trust your gut, trust your instincts to find which reading is right for you this week, even if it's not your sun sign. And yeah, without further ado, I guess we're going to jump into the readings. But before you go, the kind of overview message, the overview feeling that I'm getting through strongly for you guys today, air signs, for Wednesday. I'm picking up on a lot of Gemini energy, and as I say, Leo I keep getting drawn to as well. It is for all air signs, but this kind of, the Gemini social aspect is coming through really strongly. So I don't know if it's just because it's that time of the year. A lot of people are going out, going to Christmas do, seeing family and friends, obviously safely with COVID measures. But I'm just getting this kind of like, I don't know if it's like this pent up need to go out and party or to blow off some steam. Earth signs have been getting this a lot as well recently, especially like Virgo has been getting this. But it's like this, your energy is coming through as almost being on like a higher plane. It's not even, it doesn't feel grounded, it doesn't feel part of this reality. It just feels like air signs are in their own head, air signs are in their own little fantasy land right now, like believing in the fairy tales, believing in monsters, believing in the happily ever after, you know, whatever kind of, maybe you're just watching a lot of fantasy films like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings at the moment, but it's just coming through this kind of maybe it's manifestation as well. It's like, if I believe it, it's real. I'll create my own reality kind of thing. It's very interesting. Very, I want to say it's got a philosophical edge, especially with Aquarius energy coming in, of kind of being like, what if we were in an experience machine, right? What if we were in the Matrix? What if I could manipulate my own reality? It's coming through with that Aquarian philosophy kind of way. I'm also getting this strong energy of like just wanting to like almost be wild, almost wanting to be reckless, especially with like, it's for some of you with this vision card being on the underline of this deck, it's almost like there's definitely 2 energies that I'm picking up on as well, which, you know, obviously there's multiple people coming in here, but I'm getting this like either you and somebody else or you and a group of other people. Like again, it could be like a get together with friends, some kind of Christmas party. Like it's almost like, I don't want to say looking for trouble, it's not looking for trouble, but I've got this feeling that some of you are almost inviting in the lessons. It's almost like, right, okay, I'm going to do something a little bit reckless here. I know I'm going into something that's going to cause me some trouble. It's almost like walking into the tower moment, right? Seeing the tower moment happening and just walking straight towards it to go and see what the drama is, see what the chaos is. So just be wary of that. Again, that's kind of quite Cancerian energy, this kind of attracted to the chaos. watch out for, maybe you don't want to get involved in certain things. Again, it could be like at the office party, some people have a fight and you go and step in. But it's more like, for some of you, it's like you're going to hook up with somebody that you know you shouldn't, and you know it's going to end in tears. But it's almost like you're going into it to have that life experience. You're going into it to have the human experience and to feel certain emotions, and to, it's almost like to, it's just like experience seeking of, I know this is going to hurt me, but there's something in that pain, right? There's something in that pain that I need for my kind of like personal toolbox of life. Some of you maybe are very creative, some of you may be like writers or artists, and it's like you're going into kind of a reckless experience to have the experience to draw material out of it. So I'm not 100% sure. It feels reckless to me. I'm a Libra, so I am an air sign. I feel like Libra's the one of the three going, let's just think about this, let's just pull back a little bit. There is this kind of like runner chaser energy as well, so those of you who are interested in kind of the runner chaser relationships, that may be for you. But I was listening to Britney Spears, sometimes I run, sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared. So I don't know if this is you, especially maybe like Gemini again, like runner chaser. Aquarius as well, you can be a bit hot and cold. Kind of like there 1 minute, really enthusiastic, and then kind of like panicking about, oh my goodness, this is really big, I actually love this person perhaps, and backing off. There was a Billie Eilish song as well that was kind of like this. You also got You Asked for This by Halsey. So again, be very, very careful of what you're inviting in. Be careful of what you're manifesting. I feel like you might not actually realise quite how strongly your thoughts become reality at the moment, air signs, so be very, very careful of that. You are the swords in the tarot. You do have a lot of mental capability, so powerful minds. Be careful what you're wishing for, I want to say, at this time of year. And you also got Love Like Semtex, which will be in the description box down below. I don't want to say the name of the band just in case I get some kind of flag, but Love Like Semtex. So again, for those of you who are looking for relationships, it could be a very powerful, very overwhelming, very explosive relationship. Again, it could be like hot and cold, love-hate kind of thing going on there. I also want to say some of you may have a friend or people around you who are trying to slow you down or pull you back. So it's like, I got this thing about having like a drink knocked out of your hand or a drink taken off you. It's like, oh, you know, you've had too much, taking the drink off you. But I feel like I was getting this energy of like, you were going to get it back. Like, you were going to have that drink. Like, it's not for other people to tell you. It's almost like coming through this energy of, it's not other people's lives to live. Like, if you choose to make mistakes, you're choosing to make mistakes, right? You're a grown person. You can, again, like something in that Halsey song where she's saying something about being a big girl. It's like, you're a big girl, you can make your own mistakes. You're a big boy, you can make your own mistakes, right? So do be very, very careful. You know, it's your choice how to live your life, I want to say, but you don't want to get yourself, I'm actually very sticky. I spilled some syrup on myself, and it's like, you don't want to get yourself into sticky situations, right? Or maybe you do, I don't know. It's your life, it's not my life, right? I cannot judge you. I'm just going to read the cards. So deep breath, shut eyes, pick a pile, pause the video. When you've decided which pile is for you, go and hit that timestamp in the description box below, and I will see you there. Okay, hello to those of you who picked pile one. I've just pulled some words for you off camera. They were randomized. I shut my eyes. I didn't know what I was going to get until I got it. You got partner, monkey, and faithful. So some of you may have questions about your partner. Is your partner faithful or not? Are they a cheeky little monkey? I don't know. Are they maybe it's somebody who's very playful, and you have questions about, is this person really going to be faithful, or are they just playing with me? You know, something like that. It could mean something specific to you. It certainly means something specific to me. So yeah, partners. Some of you may have a partner. Somebody may be looking for a partner. I'm kind of getting like howdy partner as well. So I don't know if somebody's going to say that to you. And faithful, yeah. So questions about faithfulness. I want to say faithful's come out. That's indicating if you're asking a question, that person is faithful. So we will see what you get. Let's get you a song as well before I forget to do that. Boop, 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 boop. So Halsey's playing currently. There is a boob on this image, so fair warning. So for the people who are choosing the Sunstone and pile 1 for Wednesday. What is the song for this reading, please? Oh, and we got an advert, but it was Stereotypes by Blur. The suburbs there are dreaming, there a twinkle in her eye. She's been feeling frisky since her husband said goodbye. Stereotypes, there must be more to life. A very tongue-in-cheek song, a song about, again, this feeling of like frustration, of boredom with like the daily life, but also the hidden side of the suburbs, right? What's going on behind closed doors, and maybe things are getting a bit frisky behind closed doors. So again, you've got faithful though, so I don't know, maybe this is just the general kind of questioning that somebody has. Is somebody faithful behind closed doors? Are people getting frisky? Are people being little cheeky monkeys behind closed doors? I don't know. But stereotypes. Be careful not to stereotype people, and be careful as well not to fall into a stereotype. I often preach about individuality on this channel and how important it is to be authentic and to embrace your inner weird, right? Geminis, you're going to be great at that. Aquarius, you're also very, very independent and confident in your quirky side. You like being seen as quirky normally. Again, depending on your full chart, there may be things that counteract that. Libra energy, it tends to be a little bit more middle of the road. So if you're Libra, try not to people please, try not to fit into the group. Be prepared, I want to say, to stand out, and not be a stereotype, but be something that does things differently, that innovates, right? Aquarius energy is very innovative. You know, Gemini energy likes to change things around. So interesting to see where this one goes. Okay, the pal who picked Sunstone, I'm going to show all your cards and then we'll talk about them. So you've got the Hunter. Yeah, somebody could definitely be... this is somebody who's out to win the prize. This is somebody who's out to get what they want. So in terms of like, if this was a Christmas party, somebody probably doesn't want to go home empty-handed, if you know what I mean. So this is like, I know who I want, I know what I want, I'm going to go and get it. Kind of King of Wands energy. It's not necessarily bad, or Knight of Wands energy. So just be careful, you know, that's kind of playing with fire, I want to say. If it's you, I want to say it's quite strong because you know what you want, you're going to go and get it. You're quite focused, quite Sagittarian energy. If you're dealing with somebody who's like this, just be prepared because it's kind of like take no prisoners energy. They're going to do what they want to do. They are very, very confident, which can be very magnetic. So just be wary that it could be kind of heartbreaker energy. So it's just like, know what you're getting into when you're getting into it. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, somebody could be out to get lucky. Up all night to get lucky, right? Maybe that's some of you, up all night to get lucky. This is a change of fate, a turn of the wheel. Something's changing. Something's shifting. It's moving you in a more fortunate direction, or it's just somebody who's taking a risk, taking a gamble. I'm inclined to say it's somebody taking a gamble with it coming out with that Hunter card. Go outside. Let's go outside. I don't know what you're getting up to, air signs. You're all very frisky. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. So yeah, maybe some of you need to go outside, you need to get grounded, you need to, you know, get your feet back on the ground if things have been a bit crazy for you recently, especially over the holiday period, right? Or going into the holiday period. Compass, yeah, know your direction, know your true north. I do think a lot of you feel like you've got some kind of life map or some kind of fate or destiny that you're following. I think you're following your intuition, or what feels like your intuition. Just be careful your intuition isn't playing tricks on you. I mean, you should know, if this is the reading that you came to, if this is the reading that your intuition chose and it's 100% on the money, then your intuition is strong, you can trust it. If you're in this reading thinking this is not my reading, maybe your intuition's off. So that's a good little compass or good little way of weighing that up. You've got 50 as well, which breaks down to a 5, which again, 5s are about changes. I'm hearing sudden change, so there could be a sudden change of direction for you, a sudden shift. I did get in what somebody's reading, I feel like it may have been Pisces, or it could have been one of the readings this week. I do so many readings, but somebody had this thing about orienteering. It could have been Aquarius as well. It was like I was being shown like a compass, you know, turning the compass to line up the needle with the north, and then somebody turning a map around to line up the map with the compass. So I don't know if somebody has been orienteering. That's kind of come up twice now. You've got a 10 here as well, and 10s are about endings and new beginnings. So there's going to be a shift, there's going to be a change, and there's going to be some kind of new direction, I want to say, in your path. You do have to let things fall away for new things to enter. You know, there's only so much stuff you can fit in a bag, or so much stuff you can fit in a room. So, you know, sometimes you have to take something out to put something in. This is 11 as well, so those of you who are looking for those 11s, yeah, just be careful, because I am getting runner chaser vibes, and I am getting very hot, passionate Knight of Wands energy from that. It can be a bit hot and cold, so watch out if that's what you're looking at. I think be prepared though, and that's the energy that I'm getting for some of you. So for those of you who are specifically thinking, I know this person's a bit of a heartbreaker, I know that they're a player, yeah, I'm so strongly attracted to them. It's almost like I have to, it's like almost like I have to be with this person. I have to spend the night with this person. I have to get this out of my system almost, which isn't a nice way of putting it, but it's like, it's almost like frustrating. It's like, because they're so magnetic, it's like frustrating not to have it. It's like you can't get them off your mind. So it's almost like you just need to do it, right? You need to do it. You need to do the thing that you've been dreaming about. You need to do the person you've been thinking about. For some of you, not all of you, right? And it's like, it's almost this come what may energy of, it's almost like, I know what I feel. I know what I want. But I'm going to release expectations just to be with this person, because maybe if I'm with this person, we can figure things out. Rather than kind of like constantly speculating without having any facts. If you're feeling like you want more honesty and clarity, and now I don't know what the cards are going to be yet, but I was kind of specifically getting that kind of honesty, clarity vibe from pile 3. So we'll see what we get to that if you want to check that out as well. Again, I've not looked at it yet. But yeah, it's almost like, either way, it's almost like you've made your decision, and either way you're going to learn a lesson from it. Either way you're going to gain knowledge from this experience. Like either that's your person, and you know your intuition was right, and you know that kind of strong attraction means something. It's going to take you somewhere, or I mean it might take you there, if you know what I mean. I feel like I'm talking to Geminis. Or it's, you know, you're going to be with this person and you're going to figure out, oh, actually, maybe we're not that compatible, in which case you can kind of close the book on that. But it's just like, you know, this person might break your heart, but at least you know, at least you've had the experience, is how it's kind of coming through. Because not having the experience is driving your mind crazy. Air signs tend to be up in the head a lot, over-analysing, thinking things through, overthinking, looking at Libras especially, looking at every single possible outcome, right? Every single eventuality, like all the different things that something could be. So until you kind of like take a step up one of those branches, you don't know what it is. It's all speculation. So I think somebody wants more information. Ace of Cups, there you go, that's love. That's a love offer being made. Again, it doesn't have to be, for those of you who aren't interested in a romantic relationship, this could just be a new friend that you're making. Aces are new, Cups are emotions. So it could also be perhaps you and your partner are finding some kind of new emotion. I'm hearing emotional intensity for some of you with the Hunter there. It's a new love injection coming into this reading in some sort of way. But again, you've got this turn of luck. You've got this big change. You've got the compass here directing you. So Ace of Cups, yeah. I mean, like, that's love. What can I say? That is divinely guided love. Whether it's friendship, and maybe that's what you're saying. Maybe it's like, I know that this person's meant to be in my life. I know that I'm, you know, strongly compatible with this person. I know that I can't get them off my mind. I don't know if they're going to be my lover. I don't know if they're going to be my best friend. I don't know if we're going to work together. It's like, I don't know what this is, but I know that I have to have this person in my life. I know that there's love here with this person. So, I don't know. what have we got here? We've got 3 of these. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Yeah, so for some of you, it is some kind of creative energy between you. And I think there is a lot of love there. There's something that you're bringing in. There's something, and I do want to say with the Compass card, I do feel like there is some kind of divine orchestration to this. You've got Compass and Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. All these 3 cards have this kind of divine intervention or divine direction aspect to them. There's a frog here, so maybe it's something about kissing a lot of frogs. I don't know. The frog as well, the frog's leap, so it's kind of giving me full energy, like a leap of faith in a certain direction. I kind of had like, is it called His Dark Materials? I'm not quite sure. His Mortal Instruments, something like that. It's I watched it as a TV show. It's a book as well, where this girl has this compass, and it's taken a, I don't want to kind of spoil it too much, but it's like this, it's like a compass, but it's quite a unique compass, and it's kind of giving me that kind of energy. I need to watch the second series of that. I only watched the first one, you know, with James McAvoy. So I think there's a second series that I need to catch up on that. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So the Ace of Cups as well. Some of you, it could literally be birth, right? Pregnancy, birth. You know, if you had a baby, there would be a new person to love in your life. Cups as well indicate the vagina. Saying it as it is. And yeah, some of you it is a new creative project, some of you it is, and some of you are like changing minds, changing hearts, you know, living your life a different way, breaking stereotypes, breaking traditions, and loving in or being, existing and being authentic together in a way that is kind of quite different to how people have perhaps seen traditional relationships in the past. It's interesting, you have the word partner and faithful. So I almost want to say that you have somebody who, I almost want to say some of you are redefining what a faithful partner is, right? Maybe a faithful partner doesn't necessarily mean, you know, a marriage, 2.4 children, house, home, you know, live together, work together. You know, it doesn't have to be that. Perhaps some of you, it's, you could be at long distance from each other. You could have an open relationship, and yet you're always drawn back to each other, right? You always know that you've got each other's backs, even though you have an open relationship. Gemini had something like this a while back with that Carpenter's song, Superstar. So it almost feels like best friends first. Kind of giving me that Bros song as well by Wolf Alice, like best friends first, like you love each other, for some of you, not all of you, and it's like you'll deal with everything else, right? I don't know, it feels redefining. So birthing a new age, birthing new creation. Some of you, it is a creative project. Again, it's new, right? You've got newness here, a big new cycle coming in here as well. Crystal. It's interesting that I picked that's your advice card. It's interesting that I picked it up there though. So I'm getting crystal clear. Again, maybe go and watch the quartz reading if you're looking for more clarity. But the crystal is clarity. Now this is bringing in the Libra reading. It's the Libra energy into this reading, because Libra to me comes through with this motif of having the crystal or diamond heart, meaning that like the quartz, you can see right through it, right? You can look at different sides of this energy, but at the end of the day, they're not hiding anything. They're very authentic, they're very honest, they're very truthful. Again, with that kind of faithful energy coming through there. So Libra does tend to be as honest as they can be without hurting anyone, right? Libra is also very, very sensitive to, they're kind of like the negotiator, the peacemaker of the zodiac. So sometimes they can be quite compassionate and quite aware of other people's feelings and aware of how their words are going to impact other people. So sometimes it's like if something has to be said, it might be Libra that says it, because they do it in a way that's very kind of like factual. It's not intended to hurt. It's intended to give information, but it's respectful. You know, I've got Sagittarius Mars, so my Libra can tip into kind of like a little bit foot in mouth, sometimes a little bit too honest. But Libra energy in general tends to be quite open, quite clear. It's like, if you've got a question, just ask me. I'm going to tell you the truth. right? So if you're dealing with the Libra, just ask them. But crystal as well, that's a very high vibrational energy. Again, I was getting this kind of, it was almost like how I was talking about the air energy in this reading, in general, being like on this different plane of existence. It does feel like, you know, space energy, sort of, you know, like how you can play crystal glasses and it makes those notes. Again, going to Libra energy coming in here now very strongly. It's like finding the right note, finding the right string to play, finding the right connection to the universe, to, you know, whatever higher power you're connecting with. So very high vibrational energy. So I do feel like you are, I'm hearing conspiring. It wasn't the word I was going to go for. You're conspiring with the universe here. You've got the divine plan, you've got the compass, Aquarius energy coming in now. That's been coming through in Aquarius readings. It's like you've got the blueprints, you've got the divine plan, you're connected to the higher power in a way where it's almost like the way your brain's working, it's you're being fed information and you're analyzing it, and it's almost like, because sword energy is communication, it's thoughts and communication. So it's like you're receiving divine thoughts, right? You're receiving the divine plan, almost like a download direct into your brain. For some of you, this is how it feels to me. I'm a Libra. So it's like you get the divine plan directly into your brain, and it could come through in weird ways, like visions or metaphors or songs or feelings. And then it's up to you to put words to that, to define it, to transmute that very ethereal energy into something that makes sense to other people. You know, in order, kind of like magician energy, if you know the magician card in tarot, like making it happen on earth, making it grounded, making it real, making it human, when actually what's coming into you is something quite kind of philosophical or metaphorical or ethereal or divine. And that doesn't have to be this kind of airy fairy spacey thing. You know, if you want to talk about this on a very grounded level, you could talk about it as the creative process. You know, some people are very creative. They have that kind of, again, Aquarian energy with the out of the box thinking, you know, innovators. So you may think in a very unique, innovative way. You may be very creative. So it's almost like you're having ideas, or you're having dreams perhaps, or fantasies, and you're seeing how you can transmute that kind of brain energy, right, ideas energy, into something that's practical and real, and it can actually impact other people in a very beneficial way. So really good stuff, air signs. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? So we've got double mother energy now coming through. How can you mother yourself? So guide yourself, be your own mother. This is divine feminine energy coming through now. It's coming through, at the moment for me, it's coming through in the kind of Shakti, if you know Shakti kind of philosophies, kind of, I'm not brilliant at it myself. I keep having to look it up. But I think, I want to say Shakti and, I can't even remember their names, but it's the divine God and the divine feminine in a certain aspect of Buddhist tradition, and it's connected to Tantra and Tantric philosophies and things like this. So it's coming through the kind of like divine mother, Shakti energy of this kind of unconditional love, Empress energy. Being a guiding light to others, mothering people, and just really noticing as well, like they're in this kind of they have the same energy, the same kind of posture, these two women. They're very peaceful, very divine feminine, right? Waiting, patient, loving, unconditionally loving, offering guidance, offering a different way to be. And it's almost with, it came through strongly for Pisces last week. It's like when you have that inner compass, when you can connect on a soul level to whatever spirit guides, higher powers, whatever kind of the ethereal energy is for you, when you've got that connection to the divine within you, when you can go inwards and find it within, whether that's through meditation or listening to music or just dreaming, when you've got that soul connection, when you can find your soul and hear it sing, then you get very calm, and you get very patient, and you get very loving, and you get very strong. So I feel like some of you could be dealing with this kind of hunter energy. Somebody who's very in and out, but you're very patient, you're very soft, you're very gentle. It's kind of like, I'm here when you want to come to me energy. It's almost like being patient with this person's behavior, because maybe they're working through some stuff, and I think you've got a lot of compassion for that. You can see that that's their path, that's their, I mean, you don't have to, those of you who are dealing with somebody who's like absolutely taking the piss, like, you do not have to sit there and put up with that, right? You can draw up strong boundaries, you can make your own decisions about your own life. But this is kind of like, your behavior doesn't affect me because I have that, you know, my soul is so strong that your behavior really doesn't impact me. I can see that's just your business, it's your path. You know, when you figure out who you are, when you get to my level, come back to me. I'm here waiting for you. But like, if they're going to go out and be silly and be childish and be low vibrational, then you're just going to kind of let them, you know, that's their path to live, which is, it is very beautiful. It is very high vibrational. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Well, there you go. I think a lot of you have that internal connection to spirit guides, to ancestors, to you know, your ancestral line, your star. If some of you may, I was going to say star seeds, some of you may identify as star seeds, but you're connected, right? When you go inwards, when you meditate, when you do yoga, when you dream, when you listen to music, you find that voice within very, very strongly. Very strongly. That note that Libra found, like, you've got it, like, really, really good. And this is the thing, this is why this is the confidence reading, because when you're connected to, when you're connected to your own soul, right? When you're connected to what's within, when you can hear your inner music, your inner voice, the rest of the world, it's not that the rest of the world doesn't matter, it's that you're connected to something higher. I want to say, if I was going to ground this as an example, a real world example of, you know, a metaphor for that kind of energy, it would be like, imagine you were on a school playing field and all the younger kids were out, right? It's like, I don't know, preschool age kids, like the silly, the fighting, the crying, the throwing things, you know, the playing games and falling over. It's like that kind of chaos that comes with that very young energy. But you're a teenager, right? I don't know why you're in the same playing field, but you are. I don't know, something's going on with the schools, but it's just you and your friend is the same age as you, and you know, you're both mature, you're both, you can talk to each other on a level that's it's kind of above the chaos that's going on around you on the playing field. You know, you're more high vibrational, you're more mature, you're more grounded, you're more experienced, you're more, yeah, you're just more mature. So it's almost like the way that all those other children on the playing field are playing, it doesn't really affect you. Like, yeah, you can offer them advice, yes, you can offer them help. You know, if they fall over, you can put a bandage on the leg and send them off again. Maybe some of you work in a school. I used to work as a teaching assistant in a school, so this is familiar to me. And it's like, you can offer them guidance. You can say, oh, you know, that person stole your ball. Could you maybe go and get a different ball? Could you maybe go and tell them that wasn't a very nice thing to do? You know, maybe you can ask them to share. You know, you can offer them advice to help them learn, but you don't have to take anything personally. You know, if they come up and call you a snot face, you know, you don't have to take it personally. That's just them being a child, you know? So it's the same kind of thing. When you're soul connected to something beyond the human existence, when you're on that higher plane, nothing can really affect your confidence. You've got inner confidence. That was a very long-winded way of saying that, but there we go. Yeah, you've got the higher ground, right? 7 of Wands, you're on the higher ground. You've got the higher perspective. You a little bit defensive, but I think it's I think it's a healthy kind of defense. It's just having a barrier up. It's just having a little bit of space between you and the lower vibrational energies. So this could be you saying, I need some space. It could be you saying, do you know what? I'm going to remove myself from this situation. I'm going to go somewhere else. Gemini had a reading a while back where it was like, it was almost like these two lovers, and Gemini had these rings of defense around them. It was like, you know, like the friends almost stepping in to allow these two people time to get away together, you know, to create a kind of network of defense around these two lovers who'd kind of like gone off to, I don't know, a hotel room or something together. But yeah, it just feels like appropriate distance, appropriate measures to protect your energy. Six of Pentacles. There is something that's balancing out here. Here's Libra energy. There is something, you could have children. There's two children on this card. You could be giving money to children. There's an energy of charity with this card. Somebody who is in a position of wealth, and they can, or it doesn't have to be wealth of money, it can be wealth of knowledge, wealth of experience, and they're in a position to give to other people. So I do feel like this is you having some kind of higher knowledge, higher wisdom, some kind of wealth of experience, and you are happy to share that with people who are less mature than you. So it doesn't have to be children, it could just be people who are less mature. You have something to give to the world, I want to say. And you are teaching a lesson here. It kind of gives me Mary Poppins energy, you know, the mum in Mary Poppins, and she's like she's doing the charity thing, she's like women's rights. But you can see here what she's showing, what she's demonstrating to these two children is that not, if I can focus, knowledge with the books here is of equal value to money, to wealth. So you know, knowledge is a valuable thing, basically. This child already has some knowledge, but this child is empty-handed. She's asking for more information, so that could be playing out for you in some sort of way with the Six of Pentacles there. And you've got the Four of Water as well. So I do feel like there is somebody here who, somebody around you who isn't taking the cup. Now, the Four of Water is the Four of Cups, and normally the image of the Four of Cups is somebody who's too busy sulking because the other three cups they tried didn't work out. It's kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears energy. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, that's come out for me before off camera, so that could be something for somebody. But it's like, you know, somebody tried a relationship, oh, that porridge is too cold. Someone tried a relationship, oh, that porridge is too sweet, oh, that porridge is too hot, right? Like they tried all the Three Bears porridges and none of them worked for them. It was like, all this porridge sucks. I don't want to eat porridge anymore. I don't like porridge, right? It's kind of coming in with a bit of Oliver Twist energy now. So the universe is trying to bring in this divine cup to somebody, this divine love, this higher love. You've got a higher love. Sorry, just channeled that. So this is the right cup. This is like the best porridge you've ever had. This is like, oh my God, all I want to eat from now on is porridge. I didn't know porridge could be this good, you know, if it's made correctly. So it's finding a person who is divinely guided for you. It's kind of like that lover's energy. You know, the lover's card, it's divinely guided. This person is for you. Again, with the compass here, divinely guided. But the problem is this person's so busy sulking about the porridge that they didn't like, that they think they don't like porridge anymore, right? It's like, oh, porridge sucks. I don't want to try any more porridge. I'm sick of eating porridge. So they're not taking this, like, it's like this, but this is going to be your favourite meal. This is like the best porridge. This isn't just porridge. This is ambrosia, right? But it's like, oh, I don't like it. So there's somebody around you who's not taking some sort of offer that is being made here because they're sulking over the stuff that didn't work out, which, you know, that's part of them. That's part of their lessons that they need to learn, you know, that, you know, if you don't try it, how do you know you don't like it, right? But they're in the process. They don't know yet. You can see that pearl there that's being offered is bigger and better than all the other pearls as well. So it could be a pearl of wisdom, right? It could be something like somebody's given somebody advice. What worked for the other people, again with that stereotype song, what worked for other people didn't work for them, so they're like, I'm not going to take any advice anymore. Where it's like this pearl of wisdom is worth its weight in gold. So I don't know if that's you. Be open to receive guidance, or if this is you trying to give guidance to somebody else. I'm more inclined to read it that way, and they're just not taking it because they're still in the process of crying over spilt milk. And you know, that kid on the playing field who's sulking, you just have to give them time to sulk. You have to give them time to get over it, right? And then eventually curiosity is gonna perk up again, and they're gonna be like, yeah, like, oh, maybe I'll try that. An example's coming into my mind before I close out the reading of when I was little, and I didn't want a banana. I was like, no, I don't want a banana. I'm not in the mood for a banana. I don't like banana. So my stepmom was at the time, it was my dad's girlfriend at the time. She very cleverly used a pin to chop the banana up so it was still in the skin, and she used a pin to kind of chop it into sections. And then they opened it in front of me and peeled it, and they were like, oh my goodness, this banana's already chopped up, wow, like try it, this is a great banana. And so then I was like, yeah, maybe I do want to try the magic banana. So it's like, maybe it's, you have to offer it in a different way. Maybe this person has to see what they're missing to realize that this is a special banana. It's funny I'm talking about bananas and you had monkey, right? It ends as it started. Do take care of yourselves, pile one. If you want more clarity, maybe go and check out the Quartz reading. If you are looking for love, maybe go and check out the Amethyst reading. And if I'm leaving you here, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please do like and subscribe. That's really helpful to me. And I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 2. I didn't realise on pile 1's reading they had The Great Escape. That could definitely explain a few things why they got that song. So pile 2, if you chose the Amethyst Heart, this reading's for you. I've pulled you some words there, which we'll get into in a second, but let's get you a song on camera first. So a song for this reading, please. What can we expect from this reading today? Help us understand this reading for Wednesday for air signs who chose the Amethyst Heart, please. Bright Yellow Gun by Throwing Muses. With your bright yellow gun you own the sun, and I think I need a little poison to keep me tame, to keep me awake. I have nothing to offer but confusion, and the circus in my head, and the middle of the bed in the middle of the night. With your bright silver frown you own the town. I have no secrets, I have no lies. It's funny because I was getting that honesty thing. Again, go and check out pile 3 if you're looking for clarity or honesty. Maybe some of you are feeling very, very confused. You leak one apple a week to survive, and you still have to ask if you're alive. You have nothing to offer but police my dreams, keep me clean, keep me awake. So again, I think I need a little poison. I was definitely getting that with they show me like Romeo and Juliet as well. So it's a metaphor, I'll get to it. So it's almost like a little bit of what's bad for you is good for you, right? A little bit of again, I'm kind of getting that imagery that I was getting at the start of the reading for all signs of like wanting to have a drink but someone wanting to take it out of your hand, but it's like, no, I know that I need to do something that's a little bit bad for me right now. It's like I need to blow off some steam, or I need to have some sort of experience. Again, do use your own intuition, but don't be reckless, I want to say. But again, it's not for me to police your decision making. That's for you to make your own decisions. You're a grown woman or grown man or grown person, which was in that Halsey song. So I'm going to try and not be judgmental. But I do want to just say, make sure you keep yourself safe, okay? Especially going into the Christmas season. Your words were garden, suddenly, remember, and flutter. So something may happen suddenly in a garden, something unexpected with flutter. Maybe something will unexpectedly happen with a butterfly. Perhaps a butterfly will unexpectedly land on you, or, you know, appear out of something where you weren't expecting a butterfly to be. You may suddenly remember something. It may make your heart flutter. You may suddenly remember something that happened in a garden, you know, so take that as you will. Something may happen suddenly. You may suddenly remember something. Could play through a few different ways, but I like your words. So What's going to happen? Oh, the Romeo and Juliet thing. So obviously, famously, at the end of Romeo and Juliet, Juliet does drink some poison, but I think it's a bluff, right? She's not really dead. She's her heart rate's just slowed down. So there's something about definitely like the heart rate slowing down, heart fluttering. Be careful of your heart. You know, maybe some of you need to just watch your heart health. You know, you'll know if that's for you. It may not be for everybody. But I'm also getting kind of a metaphor of perhaps if this is a love reading, which was what I kind of was picking up on with it being a heart. Maybe this is a relationship that you thought was dead, you know, a relationship that you thought had ended, but maybe it can be revived, maybe it can be brought back to life. You know, Juliet wasn't really dead, she was bluffing. So the thread of life, holding on to the thread of life, healing with the rainbow. Again, the thread talks to me about at the moment, especially because if there's any Libras in here who've been watching my readings, you got hold of the thread, you got hold of the it was like something inside, it was almost like a soul connection, right? A soul connection to spirit, or unconditional love, or a specific frequency of that vibrated with your soul. So again, it could be something that sets your heart aflutter, like something that's the right vibration for you, the right. They show me, like, you know, like tuning an old radio, like an old like car radio. Yeah, look, the lover. Yeah. So something or someone is speaking to your soul. It's like the right note is being played, the right chord is being played. They're giving me Elastica, a connection is made. What is that? I need to get the words. Right, I'm going to just pause and get those words up. 1 second. Oh my goodness, now I have to show you. It's 11:11. Guys, it's 11:11. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Air signs, bringing it. This is what I like to see. I love readings. So perhaps I'm not confirming that this is your 11:11, but it certainly feels like it to some of you, right? So make a wish quickly. It's still 11:11. What am I doing here? Connection by Elastica. Connection, Elastica. Lyrics. Riding on any wave, that is the look you crave. They don't believe it now, they just think it's stupid. So got anything anyone could have done, who would have cared at all, not you. Another heart has made the trade. Maybe somebody is having a heart transplant. I've been getting that quite a lot recently. Another heart has made the trade. Forget it, forget it, forget it. I don't understand how a heart is a spade, but somehow the vital connection is made. So I think it is talking about playing poker. Maybe some of you have been playing strip poker. I don't know. I don't understand how a heart is a spade, but somehow the vital connection is made. Hearts is cups, spades is swords. Riding on anything. Another heart has made the grade. I don't understand how the last card is played, but somehow the vital connection is made. Yeah, I feel like something's been on ice. It's really coming through with like Romeo and Juliet energy. You know, at the end where, especially if you know the Baz Luhrmann, I can never pronounce his name, version with Leonardo DiCaprio, and is it Claire Danes, where they have that beautiful scene at the end where she's kind of like lay out like she's on a funeral pyre, but she's, you know, she's actually still alive. She's just slowed down to a shush firing. She's slowed down to a kind of, you know, heart rate is slowed down so much that, you know, she has the appearance of death when actually she's still alive. We could be talking about like a past life relationship or something here. Again, I was really getting this kind of, you know, either fantasy-esque or ethereal or kind of out there energy for you, air signs. So you know, whatever you want to believe going into this reading. I want to say you're not supposed to pull on the thread, you're meant to follow it. It's like leading you out of the maze. Hope. Oh my goodness. Hope is a dangerous thing for a woman to have, but I have it. Shush, phone. Honestly, I'm doing a reading. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. So stay high vibrational, stay positive. The Four of Swords is also a card about healing, like literally physically healing. So again, somebody could have had some kind of heart murmur or like heart valve or something with the heart and the healing. It could just be talking about emotional damage, right? Emotionally, somebody has had their heart hurt, but you know, there's hope. You've got two rainbows now. Again, rainbows symbolize healing and hope. Kind of coming through somewhere over the rainbow energy. She's looking at this kind of dove of peace over the rainbow. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. When lockdown started, you know, we were all suddenly stuck in our homes, a lot of the children in the local area painted rainbows or, you know, did artwork of rainbows and put it in the windows so that when, you know, children were allowed out to get some exercise and have that hour long walk, you know, in fresh air, you know, they could walk around and see the signs of life in the windows. You know, the friends were still there. You know, it's like we were all in it together. Even though we couldn't physically be together, we could see these symbols of hope. So my daughter did a rainbow, and she actually said almost word for word that exact line: hope is always there, even if we can't see it. And it's really strange to me when I got this pack months later, and this card came out, and I was like, that's exactly what my daughter said. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. So rainbows, rainbows are created through the sun refracting through rain particles, right, in the air, or ice crystals in the air. The water's always there. The water doesn't go anywhere. It stays in the water cycle. The sun is always there. So the components to make a rainbow are always there. Now, the rainbow talks to me about Libra energy again. If you know, Libra has the diamond heart, can be the ice queen heart sometimes, but it's transparent. You can shine a light through it. You can see the true colours. So could be some Libra energy coming in here as well. Somebody has had some darkness to them. Somebody has had some moments of despair, moments of hopelessness, moments of feeling like they're giving me, and it's inappropriate because it's making me laugh, but they're giving me a meme. It's like, I've fallen and I can't get up. It's like a turtle on its back. But that's the thing, that's glass half empty. I've fallen and I can't get up. That's glass half empty. You have to be glass half full. You have to say, I don't know how I'm going to get up, but I know I will get up. You know, because I've been in these situations before where I thought all hope was lost, and then the sun rose the next day. I know that the sun will rise tomorrow. You know, I know that one day I'm going to see a rainbow again. So holding on to hope, even when you think all hope is lost, it's still there. Even when you think Juliet has died, she's still alive. Dragon's Lair. Look at this Ice Queen energy. God, Libra, come on guys, what's up with you? Libra can go very, very cold, very, very quickly. If they go into protection mode, Libra's going to put up those boundaries. She's going to do a full Elsa, she, he, they, and they're going to go into the Ice Palace, right? To heal, to think things through, to process. The Dragon's Lair talks about entering the Dragon's Lair, facing your fears, having a quest to do. I've been getting this energy a lot. It came through in one of the Tell Me Anything readings about, you know, confronting your own dragons, confronting your own inner demons. I kind of had a face off with the Devil card yesterday in a meditation thing that I did on camera. So You can go into the Carl Jung philosophy that's been coming through quite a lot of facing your inner demons, almost befriending your inner demons in a way that empowers you and that they don't hold that kind of toxic power over you anymore. And finding that golden shadow energy. So again, Carl Jung golden shadow, this is something you can Google. It talks about the creative potential of shining a light directly on your own shadow side, right? Going into that cave, shining a light on the darkest parts of your heart, the bits of yourself that you're scared to look at, and really finding the rainbows and the shadows in there. Again, in guided meditation, not even guided meditation, self-guided meditation, I guess. In my meditation yesterday, at one point I found myself in this cave, black dark cave, like it was like the devil's cave, right? Again, talking about doing the shadow work, and I used my own energy, my own inner light to this is very personal, I know I sound crazy, but it's cathartic for me to do these meditation practices. So I did this thing where I was sat cross-legged in the floor in kind of like the meditation pose, and I found that inner light, that kind of core, that thread within, and I radiated it outwards. I made that energy grow, you know, visually, mentally, and I spread it out across the cave with this kind of like sunlight, star heart energy that I've been working with. I lit up the cave, and the grass started to spread and the water started to come in, and the walls of the cave lit up with crystals and rainbows, and it became very, very beautiful. I spread positive energy in a dark place. So I spread hope where there was no hope, because I have that within, you know, I have that ability. So again, it's coming through this energy of like the devil can't scare you, you cannot be trapped in fear, because you have that soul connection, which again came through. If you want to go and check out the confidence reading, I want to call it the Sunstone reading, air signs, I think you've got that soul connection, I think you've got that Sunstone heart at the moment, and that's yours to use, right? You can sit there in the darkness and you can bring love to the darkest places, the darkest reaches of your heart. I think that might be a Courtney Love song. So you're not scared of entering the dragon's lair. You're not scared of going into Elsa's ice palace and warming it up, because you have hope. You have hope that people can be better, that things can be better. You know, that cruelty can be transmuted into something that's more healing. So be careful what you're dealing with. You know, you do have to protect yourself, but you're going into things and situations and towards people who should be scary, but you're going in with a big open heart, I want to say. You're bringing hope into the darkest places. Yeah, look at that. Healing the ouch. Yeah, your energy, I want to say it's your energy, and again, switch it and reverse it. Somebody could be this way to you. You could feel like you're in a dark, hopeless place, and you've got this energy that's coming into you, that's coming in with this kind of love energy of, it's kind of like sexual healing almost. It doesn't have to be sexual, but it's, you see all this pink light here, this pink sparkly light in the background. This is, you know, like this fairy as well. It's like you are this pink light, you are this hope. Giving me Pink by Aerosmith. Pink is the colour of fashion. Maybe you do actually want to get yourself some rose quartz as well, like this beautiful pink sparkly crystal. It could be very healing for you at the moment. Garden flutter, remember, suddenly. Yeah, I want to say it's you. I want to say your energy is really, really healing at the moment. Either that, or you have got these kind of like playful, childlike spirit guides around you. Maybe, you know, maybe you have got children on the other side or something, or somebody who is very, very playful. But you can see there's this little fairy on the raccoon's back. It's almost like this nurse has been guided by this fairy to come in. It's like a recognition that someone needed healing. And again, with that kind of Ice Queen energy, sometimes people can go very cold because they've been hurt. So again, one of the songs that was kind of playing before the reading was Britney Spears, Sometimes I Run, Sometimes I Hide. So it could be that you're dealing, again, I'm getting a crossover with the kind of Sunstone reading where maybe you're dealing with somebody who has been very, very badly hurt, like their heart has been really badly hurt. And you're very patient. You know, you recognize that. You know that they need the softly, softly approach. You know that they need to feel safe with you, you know, and sometimes when people are hurt, they can try and scare people away. You know, it can be almost maybe it's a teenager that you're dealing with as well. It doesn't have to be a lover, but it's almost like when someone's hurt, their defenses go up. Funnily enough, I saw, I thought it was an anemone, but it wasn't. It was a sea urchin. I had to Google it and figure out what this thing was that they were showing me. It's almost like a round shell and it has a hole in it. Apparently that's its bum. Apparently its mouth is on the other end. But they can have teeth on them all over the shell, or they can actually be spiky. And a lot of the time people can go and step on them when they're out in the ocean, and it can cause quite nasty injuries. But this kind of like spiky defense, right? So it's almost like somebody's heart is this spiky, almost Cancerian energy, I want to say, or even Scorpio energy, this spiky shell, which is this defense mechanism. But it was like visually I kind of snuck in there through the kind of mouth hole. I didn't want to go in through the butthole. And it's all like soft inside, right? It's gentle, it's a muscle, it's all muscle. So again, to me it was like somebody's heart that I was being shown. You know, it's defensive, like trying to scare things off, trying to be overly protective, kind of porcupine energy heart. But inside it was all muscle. It was really strong, right? Really strong and protective. So once you get into this person's heart, once you get into their ice palace, they're very, very protective, right? If somebody's allowed into this person's heart, they are, it's just felt like strong and protective and safe. So I don't know, it could be a Capricorn coming in. Capricorn have the cave heart, but I don't know this. It's a new metaphor for me. I don't know quite where it's coming from or what to do with it yet. But yeah, strong protective heart, but defensive. Right, like look at the way that the swords are kind of like spiking outwards there. It's almost like keeping a barrier, keeping a border up. Moonlight, you're my starlight, I need you. Moonlight, come and dance with me. It says moonlight, but I want to say that that's Jupiter. It looks like it's got like the eye of the storm there, right? So I think you're giving, if you're the fairy, if you're this pink fairy healing energy, I want to say that you're giving this person time. This person is coming through the blue energy. So I want to say that there's pink and blue. I want to say that this person needs time. They're healing, right? The hurt, the healing, the defensive, the spiky. Could have Cancer in the chart. They're giving me Blue Velvet, which is a Lana Del Rey song. But yeah, you're giving this person time because the Four of Swords says, I need time to heal. Maybe this person's told you, I need time to heal. But the thing that they're missing, I want to say, is that you are what they need to heal. Like your kind of pink sparkly energy is actually, it's what's missing, right? It's like maybe they're having trouble healing because it's almost like you're the missing piece, but they're not letting you in. Again, you could be this person, and this could be the person who's trying to be there for you. They're trying to help you with your healing. My throat's closing up. Three of Cups, abundance. Interesting. I'm not overly familiar with this deck. So Three of Cups. Three of Cups normally talks to me about, it could be your social circle, your friends, your community around you, your family, people around you, right? Multiple people around you. And it's kind of like your network. So it's the people who are close to you. It also talks to me about like parties. It can be a get together. It can be a celebration. A little bit like the Four of Cups, that energy kind of plays out for both of those cards for me. But it's coming through with abundance here. So having a lot to give. I want to say, I mean, the Lover comes through with this healing energy to it. And I want to say that it's funny because you had a bright yellow gun I think I need a little poison, right? So it's kind of like you've got this Julia energy here of, I think I need a little poison. It's like somebody trying to fake the death or something, I don't know. Or just trying to keep people away. Where this is, the lover comes in with the antidote to the poison. With it being cups and abundance, it's almost like the ambrosia energy that was coming through in the first reading. It's like you have, this energy has the ambrosia, right? It's almost like they have the golden shadow. They know what to do here. They know, this person knows what you need to heal, right? It's like you're both looking at the rainbow here, but the rainbow's upside down on this card, right? It's like you're in two different places looking at the same rainbow, but could be on other sides of the world from each other. Strength. I want to say this person has an abundance of strength. 9 of Wands, wounded warrior energy, but this person's strong as well because they're not giving up, right? It can be very, very hard, especially if you're dealing with depression or health issues. This person's holding on. Hold on. They're giving me that Samaritan song. They're giving me 2 songs. They give me hold on with hope in your heart and you'll never walk alone. And they're giving me hold on, hold on. Yeah, so somebody's had a really, really, really tough time of it. They are healing. It's been a very long journey, but it's wounded warrior energy, and the wounded warrior becomes the emperor or the empress because they fought through something, right? And the sun is here. You've really got this sun and moon energy in this reading. Again, 11-11, yin yang. Because the nine of Wands is an energy of not giving up, of persevering, and through persevering through things that are difficult, it does bring us strength. It can deplete our strength when we're in it, but it actually makes us stronger in the long run because we know that we can fight those battles again. Was it in this reading or the last reading where I was talking about kids falling down and scraping the knees, or I've fallen and I can't get up? It's like, but then you do get up and then you think, next time I fall, I know how to get up again. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. That's over here, this kind of rose. It's almost like Venus, lotus flower, divine feminine energy over here. And I want to say this person's an emperor or an empress in the making. 4 of Swords again, healing, but they're healing right now. They need time. Look, the hourglass here, the time. They need time, but they're holding on to a sword in this image. So the 3 swords above give me 3 of Swords energy. Again, the 3 of Swords is heartbreak, heart pain. So they're resting, they're taking the time that they need, but they're holding on to a sword there. They're not giving up. They're holding on. They're holding on. That crow's giving me Lenore vibes. Was it is it Poe or Tennyson? It's Poe. I tapped up at my chamber door. There was nothing there, you know. Nevermore. That song. Gently came a tapping at my chamber door. 8 of Earth, working on something. I want to say it's working on healing, right? It's a healing journey for this person. Like taking the time to heal, taking the time to work on themselves, taking the time to figure something out, to do something properly, to heal properly, right? Maybe they need to heal properly before they're ready to come back out. Maybe they're working on some music to help them with their healing journey, but they're mastering something. The 8 of Earth is a card about mastery, and there's a truth here. There's truth, there's information, there's clarity. So I feel like somebody's healing and working towards a moment of clarity. This Ace of Air, it's the Ace of Swords, gives me this again, believing in the impossible, like having hope, believing in the impossible. It's almost like, you know, a bit like when pigs might fly energy. And it's like this person's watching this bird coming in that, like, they think it's a white bird, they think it's a white dove. When doves cry, right? And then it's, as it gets closer, it turns out to be this Pegasus. It's like, there's white wings on all three of these. I definitely feel like somebody could have lost someone. Again, like the imagery of like Juliet, right? Juliet being dead, but she's not dead, right? So physically, yes, but spiritually, I want to say somebody's still here. Again, with the white wings, Serene. I'm going to read Serene for you. This is your advice card. But before I do, I just want to double check myself with that Lover's card, that I'm remembering it correctly, because I'm sure it says something about nectar and healing. The heart, the beloved, the devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. Very Libra energy. Libra's ruled by Venus, Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty and art. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey. Funny, I've literally got like sticky honey syrup all down my legs. I'm sticking to the desk of drawers that I do my readings on. The sweetness of honey, a kiss of the lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it we must be fully present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what should be. Rather, the lover is in the awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savour every last drop of life's offerings. So I think it's that honey, right? The sweetness of honey. It does feel like somebody's doing something tantric. The lover's archetype is present everywhere, not just where conventional forms of pleasure and beauty are found. The lover's awe is unconditional. Contemplate Aphrodite, Krishna and Radha. So, Sisterhood of the Rose as well. It's coming in with very, very kind of divine feminine energy on this side. I think the honey is... There's cards in this deck that talk about transmuting poison into nectar. And it can sometimes be like the lover's kiss, right? Transmutes. But then Romeo and Juliet, doesn't he kiss her lips? But then she has no poison left, does she? He calls her selfish. But she's not dead. Because love is a healing energy. Love is hope, right? So there's a transmutation of something that was toxic into something that's sweet. Okay, Serene. Obviously, if you're in a toxic relationship and you know, right, you know that person they're not on the same vibration as you, they're low vibrational, you know, they're not, they need to heal before you two can come together, then that's just how it is. You know, you don't want to, if this is a divine connection, you know, sometimes, especially if it's twin flame connections can get extremely toxic, and sometimes you have to say, I love you. I'm always going to love you. But until you've fully healed from whatever it is that you're going through, whatever that shadow work is that you're doing, I'm going to have to take a step back. It's like, I'm still here for you. I still love you. I'm still your friend. But we can't be together until you're in a better vibrational energy. And it's okay to say that. Serene, I am the lapping of waves and the morning sun. Oh my God. Gentle flowing, this is this energy. Gentle flowing water and a warm summer breeze depict this dragon's energy beautifully. Serene connects to the calm and resilient energy of the Mother Mary. It's funny, the first reading had Mother Mary. So you can rest assured that life is going to settle down, especially if it has been rather turbulent of late. She says, I am the lapping of the waves and the morning sun. Allow me to wrap you in my blue cloak of tranquility and accept my presence as pure calm settles around you. When your inner perceptions shift, so will your outer world experiences. Really interestingly, this meditation that I do, this guided self-guided meditation, of spiritually guided meditation, I don't know who guides it, I had this whole thing about the merging of the dark and the light, creating this lotus flower energy, which is all kind of like, it was like storms and waves and lightning and crashing. It was like being on a really stormy beach in the middle of a lightning storm, but there was a lot of energy to it. It almost came through this like dancing energy of like lighting up a dance floor, like your steps lighting up when you move. And now, like, going back into that cave and lighting it up again, it took me back onto this kind of beach energy, but it was all blue. It's like, you know, on a beautiful day when the sun is like really bright, and you have like that like azure blue sky and like the blue waves. It was all blue. It was like tumbling through this blueness, very much like this energy. I love that though. I love that the stuff that I get through visually, it actually comes out in readings. Remember that the tranquility you seek lies within. The volatile outside scenario is only a mirror of the turbulence inside. Call upon me to guide you to that piece of heaven you crave. I'm sorry about that car alarm. See, I'm completely ignoring it until that point. Call upon me to guide you to that piece of heaven you crave. Observe your life experiences changing as they begin to mirror your inner feelings of serenity. She encourages us to go gently with ourselves. We are quick to nurture others, but often neglect our own needs. We must feed ourselves with that which brings us joy and makes us feel alive. As we accept that we are important, our worldly experiences will reshape and shift in a positive way. I really hope that reading was helpful to you. It was very, very beautiful, very healing. But it's almost like, again, this transmutation from this kind of like prickly, icy blue energy into something that's flowing. It's like it's melting, right? Because if you think about the ice being this solid, hard, cold material, and then the imagery at the end there where it's lilac. You see, it's pink and blue. You see how it's more lilac-y? It's like something about the merging of these two energies, or the combination of the two, create this tranquility energy of the flowing sunlit water. This energy is warming this energy up, but it's taking time, right? There's a process here. I hope that reading was helpful to you. Do please take care of yourselves. Do the meditation work if that's what you need to do to connect to that unconditional love within, and to help you deal with difficult circumstances. But I want to say that everybody's on the right path, okay? Just hold on to hope. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Hello to those of you who chose pile 3. So looking for clarity, looking for truth. The words I've pulled out for you just now were arrow, house, beneath, and rapture. There may be something beneath the house. I was kind of getting this image of, like, you know, when sometimes people find those kind of like ancient arrowheads. Maybe somebody found an arrowhead kind of on the grounds of the house. What's house? It's funny that I should pronounce it like that. I don't know why arrow is giving me the word worry as well. So maybe somebody's worried about the house. Also, as soon as I pulled out arrow, I got shot through the heart and you're to blame. You give love a bad name by Bon Jovi. Rapture, I don't know. Kind of gives me Blondie in rapture. Make of that what you will. Perhaps that has a significant meaning to some of you. Beneath rapture. Arrow house could be a thing, like, I don't know, arrow house beneath rapture. So I'm asking for clarity and I'm already confused. I don't know what those words mean. Well, let's get into it. I'm just gonna have a sip of water. I'm sorry, I should have done it before I started the reading. But on the bright side, it has reminded me to get you a song for your reading. So what do we have, please, for pile 3? I'd really like pile 3 to get some clarity on their situation, please. Brave New Girl by Britney Spears. She's going to pack her bag. She's going to find a way. She's going to get right out of this. She don't want New York. She don't want LA. She's going to find that special kiss. She don't want no sleep. She don't want no high. Oh, she likes peaches and cream. She's going to wish on stars and touch the sky. Ah, you know what I mean. She wants a good time. No need to rewind. She needs to really, really find what she wants. She lands on both feet, won't take a back seat. There's a brave new girl and she's coming out tonight. She's going to step outside, uncover her eyes. Who knew she could feel so alive? Her MO's changed, modus operandi, right? Her way of doing things has changed. She doesn't want to behave. Ain't it good to be a brave girl tonight? That is exactly the energy that I've been getting for you, air signs. It's like, I don't want to be a good girl. I don't want to behave. I want to go out and have some fun, which was what I was picking up on at the start of the reading. So, what are you up to? I really wish I had some coffee, but my battery's going to run out if I go and get some. The stone. The stone keeps you grounded. So the stone represents something for you that's kind of like your rock, right? It's something that keeps you steady, keeps you grounded. It's something you can hold on to. So it may sometimes be your house, right? It's like, I know that at the end of a night out partying, I can go back to my home. It's my safe space. It could be some kind of possession that you keep in your pocket, you hold on to it. It reminds you of your core values. But the stone is kind of like something that grounds you, something that keeps you, yes, grounded and steady and secure, right? Something that you can pin yourself down to. So it kind of gives me the Horcrux as well, you know, Harry Potter and like the three things that let you cheat death as well. It also talks to me though about like the soul. Again, going to Libra, those of you Libras watching this, you have the diamond heart for me. So, you know, your heart, Libras, tends to be something that you can shine a light through. You can, you know, it will refract the light. It will see the true colours. You're very, very open and honest. You know, you're very good at having that introspection of exploring your own emotions. But you're really, really strong. You're really, really solid because I think you know who you are. You spend a lot of time thinking. This is all air signs as well. All air signs, like, you spend a lot of time thinking things through. You're really quite clear about your own core values, which makes you really, really strong in a lot of different circumstances. So I want to say, hold on to your core values, right? Hold on to your own soul, your own sense of right and wrong, because you've thought a lot about these things, right? You have a lot of inner clarity. There's literally an eye on the stone, right? You see yourself, I want to say, or you're working on that. The stone. It's kind of giving me like the sword and the stone as well, you know, King Arthur. I'm getting a lot of British stuff through, not only because I'm British, right, but there was something else that made me think of like the UK and like Britain, particularly like London, and that kind of like, you know, received pronunciation. Coming into your reading, I feel almost like there's something going on with my mouth where I don't know if I'm over enunciating or I'm struggling with, it's almost like my mouth isn't my mouth. It sounds really weird. It feels like I've got a more British mouth than I would usually have. I just feel like my mouth's kind of being taken over by somebody who's very, very RP. RP is received pronunciation, right? It's like the Queen's English. So I don't know if there is somebody who's very, very British. Oh, Arrow House. Arrow House. It sounds like a publishing house or something, you know, like Penguin. Arrow House, London. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm going to have to Google it after the reading. Three of Cups. So I don't know if this is like your friendship group. Just noticing the triangle as well. Like the triangle is 3 points of a triangle. There's 3 people on this card. So it could be there's something to do with like 3 different energies coming in here. There's also like the triangle, the square, the circle. It's almost giving me 3 of Pentacles energy, where it's like different people bringing different talents and different skill sets to the table to make something happen, right? It's almost like giving me, you know, like a square peg in a round hole, but it's like, well, you need to fill all 3 holes, so you need, oh my goodness, what are you up to, Libra? I don't know if it's Libra. Air signs, what are you up to? You need different shaped holes for different shaped pegs. So some of you are having a very good time indeed. I'm going to move swiftly on from that. So this is generally talking about your friendship group. So it could be like your friends keep you grounded, right? Your friends on a night out, you get a bit wild, your friends talk you down. So it could be also like gossip, friendship circles, like chitter chatter, talk around the water cooler energy. Manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation step 1. So yeah, going back to knowing yourself, knowing your core, knowing your true values. What are your true values? What do you really believe? You may be having some trouble here deciding what is and isn't right for you. You may have something that's thrown into the equation here that you're not sure about. I want to say, if it's a new experience, then how do you know if it's right for you or not if you don't have that experience? Again, one of the other readings came through with this porridge analogy of if you have 3 different types of porridge, right? One that's too hot, one that's too sweet, one that's too cold, and you're like, I don't really like porridge. How do you know? Because there might be a porridge there that's just right for you, but if you don't try it, you'll never know. So there could be some kind of experience here for some of you where you're not sure, right? You're not sure. So what are you manifesting? Where are your thoughts going? What are you putting energy into? I want to say be quite sure about what you truly want. Rescue. Be careful, because you might need to be rescued from a situation if things take a bit of a turn that you weren't expecting. You may be wanting to be rescued from a situation. You may not be happy where you are. You may be wanting to rescue friends. Again, it could be a situation where you're going in, you're the one ringing the friend and being like, oh no, there's an emergency, quick, leave the date. So maybe somebody is online dating. The 3 of Cups can be online dating, or not online, but dating in general. So maybe you or a friend you're dating, you're not quite sure. When you meet a new person, you're not quite sure what they want or where they see something going. And if you get if you're in the middle of that date and you think, hey, this person wants a threesome and I'm not into that, I was looking for marriage, it's like, your friend's going to be there like, oh no, quick, we need to take the cat to the vet, to get you out of that date. There could be something like that going on for you. But I think as well as a sense of somebody being quite lonely, feeling quite stranded, needing friends to come in and rescue them. Yeah, oh, look at that loneliness. Yeah, somebody's really lonely. Somebody feels really alone. Somebody perhaps feels quite left out of a social situation. Maybe somebody needs friends. They need people who are on the side. Somebody could be intentionally isolating themselves, kind of hiding from a friendship group. Maybe something did go wrong and you're like, oh no, that's not quite what I was looking for. I'm going to go home now and pretend that I've got something to do. I don't know. There's a lot of emotion here though. You've got cups here. I'm just noticing this stream here on the rescue card. All this water here. There's a lot of emotions here. You may manifest from an emotional space. That might work for you. You may you may be the sort of person who needs a lot of alone time. You need a lot of time to just take yourself away, to take yourself into solitude, to do meditation work perhaps, or just to kind of think things through. Perhaps you're slightly socially awkward where, you don't quite... I think this happens to everybody. It happened to me in work the other day where I've been a bit poorly and I was in work, and 2 of the girls I work with were kind of having this conversation, and it took me a minute for my mind to catch up with what they were saying, and I was like, oh, I get it now. So it might just be one of those situations where you've been out, you've been partying, you've been with a group of friends, you've been people have been saying things, you've only cottoned on to half the conversation, and you go home and you think, oh, that's what they meant. Or it's like, what did they mean? I need to go away and think about that. So I'm just getting this kind of processing energy. The Aeon. What's the Aeon? What's this card? What is that? 20. What's card number 20 in tarot, guys? Somebody tell me. I don't even know where the book's gone for this. Okay. The Aeon. Highly discriminating or discerning, open to criticism, critical self-analysis. The central part of this card is enveloped by the stylized body of the star goddess Nuith. She spreads night over the heavens in order to provide a background for the stars. During the day, she is once again swallowed up by the sun. Her companion is Hadit, represented by a winged ball of fire. He represents the omniscient view, the view from all sides at once. So maybe this is like the hangman. The union of these two creates the child Horus. He is a double god, possessing both the passive and an active form. So this is like divine feminine, divine masculine coming together to create a singular energy, like a full whole energy, right? The eye of Horus sees the totality. He can see what has fallen out of harmony. His clear insight serves as a basis for the all-encompassing critical power of discrimination. Criticism based on such deep perceptions can be communicated in a manner that motivates and inspires rather than condemns others. This may be Libra energy, Queen of Swords energy. In the upright, it's very honest, it's very clear, it's very factual, it's very much like, I'm giving you this information because I respect you enough to handle this criticism, handle this feedback, where sometimes it can slip into Queen of Swords in reverse, which is kind of like going for the gullet, kind of cruel, like words used to harm energy. So just be wary of that. Be wary of how you give criticism. Swear warning, I was once taught to give the shit sandwich. So if somebody's very, very sensitive to criticism, you say something really, really good, something positive, then you tell them the honest, critical feedback, and then you finish off with some more praise, and it just softens the blow a little bit. I think sometimes, because I'm Libra, Queen of Swords energy, I think sometimes I'm like, do you know what, if we're being professional, if we're being business-like, I'm just going to, if I think you're on my level, if I think I'm dealing with a king or queen of swords, I'm just going to give them the facts, right? And then, they've got that information to deal with it. So it can be a bit stoic, a bit logical, again, Aquarius energy perhaps, or just general air sign energy coming in. Again, Knight of Swords, it's like, here's the information, do with it what you will. So just be wary, air signs, if you're dealing with people who, especially water signs can be very sensitive, very touchy. Where we see honesty as something of value, water signs can sometimes see it as being quite harsh, and it's like, I would have rather you would have lied to me. Water signs are like, maybe I just would have been happier if you told me I looked amazing, rather than saying, oh, actually you need to go and get changed. like lie to the water signs. They need it sometimes, those kind of like what are they called, white lies, right? So air signs, just be careful with your words. Criticism based on such deep perception can be communicated in a manner that motivates and inspires rather than condemns others. Discernment, which springs from real insight, is constructive and free from dogma. I think this is an Aquarian card, by the way. If it is the Hangman, then it's Aquarius. The Aeon points to a need for well thought out judgment of the situation. Maybe it's judgment, I don't know. A long, difficult work process may be required before you can finally reach the judgment. All-encompassing insight cannot be achieved solely through the intellect. Body, spirit, and soul, the three figures at the bottom of the picture, are drawn into the process of forming a judgment. And during this process, you will instinctively move towards that which will support your blossoming, and then move away from that which will offer no help. The god of wisdom, Ohairos, shown as the winged serpent at the top of the painting. That's interesting, the winged serpent, because I've been getting this dragon energy a lot. Is a symbol of but it doesn't feel like the devil, right? Because sometimes the dragon can be like the devil, and it doesn't feel like that. It feels more protective, it feels more supportive, it feels more empowering than that energy would normally feel. So the god of wisdom, a winged serpent, so like the god of knowledge as well, talking about the devil's association with knowledge. There's nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so, right? It's all in the way that you look at that glass. It's a symbol of the vast powers of thought available to the mind, which reflects reality directly, freed from the ballast of prejudice or preconceptions. Judgment arises from direct personal experience. What was I saying? It's like sometimes you have to do it to experience it, to really be able to judge it. Finally, it is life itself, and no longer the limited individual consciousness, which becomes the source of all judgment. Indications. You are being challenged to drop your worm's eye view, to see things from a higher plane. I've been getting that. That's what I said right at the start of the reading for you, air signs. You're on a higher plane right now. When you have recognized greater time spans and other contexts, which you are increasingly ready to do, you will then tend more and more to observe things in their beingness, to set them free from evaluations. So there's something about releasing judgment, right? Releasing criticism of others, releasing criticism of the way other people choose to live their lives, right? Again, there's nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So it's about acceptance. But there's also that thing there which says, the vast powers of thought available to the mind, which reflects reality directly. And you have manifestation. So be careful, because this is like what you think about, you bring about. Affirmation. God is the unknown, the mysterious. The more I know that, the more that I know that I don't know, the closer that I am to the divine. So it's like, stop trying to label things. Stop trying to put things into... It's like, stop trying to put those pegs into the hole and just let the pegs be whatever shape they want and get rid of the holes. Lewd. Tummy, shush. I will feed you after this reading. Truce. So let bygones be bygones. Let other people live the lives that they want to live, and let them live. Have them let you live the life that you want to live. It's like live and let live, right? Four of Swords again, healing. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. It's like you know what to do. Cappy had a reading like that. It was like you just know what to do. Like, you've been receiving the blueprint. You know what to do when the moment strikes. Now look at this triangle energy. Triangle, the 3. And there are 3 energies. Well, there's actually more than 3 energies. But there's this divine feminine, divine masculine. And then like the child, right? The complete. So it's like 2 becoming 1, right? Two separate entities merging to create a new entity, which becomes the 3rd point of the triangle. 2 of Wands. Definitely getting lewdness. Some of you, this is sexuality. Sometimes, some of you, this is yeah, sexuality. Wands. Where do I put the wands? Right. 2 of Wands. But it's also, for others of you, there is a choice to make. You are coming into a choice point. But again, you've got this. It's like the 2 of Wands is like 2 separate paths. But then I'm seeing with this triangle, it's like 2 paths merging into 1 point. Like to create something new. It's like 2 realities, 2 things that are known, merging to create something that hasn't been defined yet. It's like new, which would then bring you into like the 3 of Wands energy, which is like a choice being made. It's like a choice is made and then you're waiting for something. The Empress energy. Well, there you go, divine feminine. So I think you're coming through with this divine feminine energy, no matter if you're he, she, they, right? Anyone, like, to be whole, you need to be both divine feminine and divine masculine. And that's what's happening here. So I want to say either the Empress, the divine feminine, is choosing. This is Libra, by the way. It can be Taurus as well. The Empress is making a choice, or the Empress is one of these 2, like, cardinal points that's going to come together to make the triangle, right? It's like the Empress needs the divine masculine. The other wand is the divine masculine. And then it's almost like 2 paths coming together to make a new path, which is the complete, is the whole. So this could be within you, you know, like getting to know your inner feminine more. There's also abundance. The Empress is a card about abundance. She's all 4 Queens of the Tarot. So if this is you, you've done a lot of work on yourself. You've really kind of shone a light into all those 4 corners of your soul. Got rid of all the inner demons, the inner shadows. You've done all that spiritual work, or a lot of it, to get you into a point where you're entering into Empress energy, which is you know, the Divine Mother, which has come out in all 3 readings. So air signs, I want to say you're fully in, I keep saying Libra, I'm sorry, it's because the Empress is Libra. Air signs, I want to say that you're fully in Empress energy right now. You know, you self-expression, you've got it. You know how to explain what you want. You know how to communicate what you want, what you feel. And you know how to take practical steps and action to make your dreams and wishes come true. Again, manifestation, right? Step 1 of manifestation is believing it, believing that you are in Empress energy, and then like having the confidence with the Queen of Wands to step forward and make that dream a reality for yourself. My tummy's really rumbling. It's funny, she's got a hand on her stomach there. So I feel like there is something to do with like your stomach chakra, which is like your confidence. To birth something new into the world. It could literally be, because this is 2 energies coming together, the masculine and the feminine, to give birth to something new. Some of you could literally be pregnant here. Some of you could be literally on some kind of journey where you're going to come together with somebody and you're going to have a baby that's going to be perhaps a star seed or something like this. But it's like yin and yang coming together to create something that perhaps doesn't have a word yet. Be wary of deception. There is, it could be self-deception. People wearing masks. I think you don't have to worry about it. I'm getting this energy that if you're worried about deception, you don't have to worry about deception, because it's almost like there's spirit guides or there's energy around you that's almost protecting you. The geese are giving me a story from classical Rome. It's from the early history of Rome, where Rome was under attack by an army that came up the back passage. An army that came up like this like back route of this hill, and they were trying to sneak into the city while everybody was sleeping, but they kind of came over this wall into this garden, and there was a load of geese there, and the geese are a symbol of Hera, who is like the one of the goddesses of like the home, right, a protectress of home. And the geese started honking, and they woke everybody up, and luckily this soldier came out and was able to you know, push those soldiers back down the narrow path. So it's almost like if you're scared of deception, I feel like your spirit guides are going to give you a heads up. They're going to give you a warning. They're going to alert you to any kind of deception that's around you. I want to say that you're protected because you are in Empress energy. You've got something that you're, you know, the age of light. You're birthing this new reality into the world. You're part of a bigger picture. You're part of a bigger plan. So I want to say that you're protected, right? Your manifestations are protected. So don't worry about the behavior of others or deception, because it's almost like it's not relevant. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're on the right soul path for you. There is an ending of a cycle here. Some of you could be traveling the world. Some of you could be doing something online, but the World card is a big cycle change, a big ending. Again, this age of light, I do feel like the vibration of the earth is going to go up a level. We're moving into, I believe we're going into the age of Aquarius now, with the big planets going into Aquarius, like Saturn. Pluto's heading in that direction. I think Jupiter is in I don't know without looking at the ephemeris, but I do know that there's strong Aquarian energy right now, which does have this global impact, right? There's changes being made to the world as a whole, to the collective energy. We're raising the planet's vibration. I feel like you're part of that. Maybe just a small piece, but you are a part of that. You know, they're showing me water molecules and a large body of water. You know, each one of those molecules adds to that body of water. Each one of us, as we raise our own vibration, we add to the vibration level of the collective. If everybody's working on themselves and becoming a better person, then the world's going to become a better place. You know, it takes drops. It's drops in the ocean, but those drops add up. So, yeah, I want to say that you are protected. And also that perhaps a cycle of deception, whether that's self-deception or other people being deceptive, I feel like that cycle's closing. it doesn't serve you anymore. It doesn't suit you. And so your advice cards then, Asclepius and the Philosopher, very Aquarian energy, the Philosopher, and Gemini as well. Asclepius is a healing energy. He was the god of healing. So what needs to be healed? The last reading, the Heart Amethyst reading, had something about poison being transmuted into an elixir. And I'm just looking at the snakes and thinking about how you milk snakes, right? Everything's coming out slightly lewd in this reading, but you milk snakes to get the venom out of the snake, and then you use that venom to create the antidote to the venom. So again, with this yin yang energy, right? The poison and the antidote, the poison and the nectar. It's one in the same. There's something about light and dark, or good and bad, and transmuting it, right? Transmuting the bad to make it into something good. But you can't have the anti-venom if you don't have the venom. So it's like, again, with that Queen of Swords energy, you know, we were talking about the Queen of Swords can be upright, which is honest and authentic, and then the Queen of Swords in reverse, which is really quite a harsh energy. It's like the teeth of the snake, right? The teeth of the snake can be used to sting, but they can also be used to heal. Snakes are also a symbol of transformation. They shed the skin, right? They grow, they develop. Someone had some reading about dragons with snakes around them. I feel like it was awakening to spirit. So how are you going to transmute the toxic energy? How are you going to transmute toxic energy into something that's healing? A lot of green here as well. Dragons, where are you? I'm going to read the Philosopher, because I'm familiar with the Asclepius card. I'm not as familiar with the Philosopher. So let's have a read of that one. And then I really need to go and get some coffee and something to eat so my stomach stops rumbling. You should follow that which you seek with your heart. This wise old dragon is all about learning and the direction your life is taking. This can be in your 3D physical world or on a metaphysical level. He shows up when you have been considering taking up any kind of study, whether you are returning to or continuing with formal education or undertaking personal or spiritual development. He came to me bringing a strong connection to Galileo and to the planets, the solar system, mathematics and science. It's funny, I was talking about Jupiter and not Jupiter, but like that was in a different reading. I've just generally been getting this like planet energy for you, like the higher plane, right? He says, one is never too old or too young to learn. Set your sights high and reach for the stars, for you have much to gain from and to reveal to your learning partners. He has a particular affinity with the stars and constellations, and is often associated with people learning the old arts, such as astrology, scrying and divination, as well as the sciences. He goes on to say, shush Tommy, you're not the one talking right now, Tommy. My tummy's like, I am the one talking. You have been putting off that which you want to learn. Your self-doubt hinders you from following your passion and your true path. Your affinity with the old arts is the starting point of your journey. Take this as notice that you should follow that which you seek with your heart, for only then will you truly tread the steps of your destiny. His presence helps us navigate our world in our chosen direction. He becomes our compass. I think the first reading had the compass. Our guiding star when we are at a loss as to what comes next. Call upon his presence to help steer you forward. All right, I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that brought you some clarity. Do take care of yourselves. Leave me a like if you liked, and of course I would love it if you all subscribed if you haven't already. That'd be really helpful to me. If this wasn't your reading, or if you want a little bit more, do go and check out the other two readings as well, or go and check out your other placements, especially like Venus if you're after a love reading, Mars if you want to know how to take action, Mercury if there's a question regarding your friendship group or the way that you communicate or your social aspect. But whatever sign resonates for you, go and check it out. Go and try and work on honing your own intuition and yeah, developing your own psychic skills. And I will see you again, air signs. I hope you've enjoyed. Do take care of yourselves. Bye bye, friends.